My friend Margot is on her way here. She's going to go with me, but I bet you don't know where we're going. You're probably thinking we're going to a thrift store. You would be wrong. Just hang on, I'll show you where we end up. Oh, and bonus, where we're going, they serve food. Fabulous chicken salad. Come on, Margot, let's go. Okay, we're here. Have you guessed where we are? There's a little hint. Unclaimed baggage. We've ordered our food, we've sat down, but on our way to the deli, I couldn't pass up what I saw. I found a shirt that is in the right color scheme. It's expensive though. If all the others are at this price, I'm going to need to go to a thrift store instead of Unclaimed Baggage. But I'm going to get this one because it's in the right color scheme. I have an objective for what I'm doing. I'm trying to achieve fabric colors to match the blues I already have, and for all the ones that go together to be a sea glass kind of spectrum of colors. So the palette that I'm looking for is a sea glass palette. So your nice teal greens and your deep blues and your light blues and a little bit of tan and a little bit of cream. So I've got two different blues at home already. You've seen those two shirts. I wanted to go ahead and stick with the thrifted shirts and make the whole thing out of that. And this is for the Moda Fabrics quilt along that we are doing on Mondays. And that quilt is going to be going to my friend Kathy. She loves blues and greens and things to do with the water, so we're going with the sea glass look. So I found this one shirt, and it's perfect in the color scheme, and I like the fact that it's graphic, and it's in stripes, but it's more expensive than what I would pay for a yard of fabric at the fabric store. Our food has arrived. How many thrift stores do you go to that has an eatery? I get the trio platter, I get strawberry pretzel, baked potato, and the chicken salad every time I come. Love it. I'm finding way too many things. I have to do this section as a voiceover because there was so much music being played in the background and I don't want YouTube to flag this video. I spotted this shirt and I couldn't believe it. I had to show it to you guys. Isn't that a beautiful fabric? I decided to claim it immediately and then quickly find another beautiful floral. The first one was easily over a yard. This one is a yard easily. Maybe not over, but it's easily a yard. And it's cheaper than I can get at the fabric store. It is 100% cotton as well. It kind of feels almost sinful to not be using Moda fabrics for my Moda Fabrics Blockheads patterns, but a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. The problem I was having was making sure that the shirts were 100% cotton. Like this one had a little bit of spandex in it, and so did the next one that I spotted. I liked so many of them, but there was either polyester in them or spandex. It was fun shopping though. It was like, an Easter egg hunt. Look at that one. Wouldn't that make a great binding? Or look fabulous in a star? I wish it had worked. Are you noticing some of the pricing on here? Some of these shirts were originally $160, $200 plus. It's hard to tell how well these two go together on screen, but they looked really good in person. Unfortunately, it's a small, so it's not even a yard of fabric. So it's really hard to justify it. I ended up leaving it behind. That was a hard call to make. Would you like to see my haul from Unclaimed Baggage? My not quite thrift store haul from Unclaimed Baggage. First, let's look at what I've got down here on the table. Check those out. Okay, so this is the one I already had, and that's the one I already had. But I got this one. I'll show it to you in a second in full. And this beauty right here too. Look at that, $10. Isn't that pretty? It goes really well with this one. There's the three of those together. Even though this one's got some more teal in it than the blue, it makes a nice complement, I think. I'm excited. Let's look at the rest of them. Okay, so this blue that was on the table, it is by Charles Tyrewhitt, and it's a $10 extra large. And I gotta say, while I'm bragging about what I got from Unclaimed baggage, my mother was also thrifting shirts for me in Huntsville, and she went to a proper thrift store and she got shirts for cotton shirts, quality cotton shirts for $2. That's fabulous. That's absolutely fabulous. Okay, this is a very well made shirt. Like, I almost want to just keep these for myself, like an overshirt. So they're just wonderful. It's a shame to take these, and I've got layers on, so we'll see how well this fits. But isn't that beautiful? Yeah, I'm going to be whacking that up and putting it in a quilt. Oh, lovely shirt. Lovely shirt. And I love this other one too. So this is an extra large for 10 bucks. This is at least a yard of fabric. At the quilt store, fabric is, $12 on up. So I think that's a really good purchase. I bet you there's more than a yard in there. And I didn't have to go into town, which is a 45-minute gasoline drive, right? 45 minutes one direction, so an hour and a half of driving uses up some gasoline. Isn't that beautiful too? And that one was $11, but it's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. Just love it. But it's just so pretty, so pretty, so pretty. All right, there's that. Who made that one? Nautica Jeans Company. This is Calvin Klein. And it's a slim fit, so it's not going to have as much yardage in it. But I bet you it's got close to a full yard. And look at that print. It almost looks like sailboats. All right. This is the first one I saw, and it fits my color scheme beautifully. It's just a green stripe. See that? But it feels fabulous, 100% cotton. It's a Brooks shirt, and it's an XXL. So there's at least a yard and a half in here. I paid $17 for it, but that comes down to way under fabric store pricing whenever you consider there's a yard and a half. There's easily a yard and a half in that one. And it fits my color scheme. All right, you always need some white. This one is by Bexley's Man, which I've never heard of. What size is it? Size 43. That tells me nothing. But it's a lot of yardage too. It's a big shirt. Big shirt. One day I'll just sit here, watch some YouTube quilters, and cut up my fabric. That's something else to consider. It may be cheaper than quilt store fabric, and especially cheaper if I'm getting at the prices my mother found it at. So I'll go to proper thrift stores going forward. But you've got to actually put some time into turning it into fabric, cutting away the seams and getting it prepared. And I don't mind that too much. It goes pretty smoothly, pretty quickly, but it is an extra step, and time is money. Just something to consider. But it's also something nice about knowing that you're using fabrics that no other quilter is probably using. I mean, it's a very weird chance if somebody else is using the same materials, if you're getting your material from a shirt and they're getting theirs from a quilt store. This is a much brighter green than the other one, but it would look good together for sure. They would look good together. They're both stripes, and this is a really, I guess they would call that like a tone-on-tone stripe, where this one's a contrast stripe. And it can be used inside. I'll show you that in a second, because I've got another idea about talking about the colors. These look like Easter eggs, these next three. This is a soft gray. I'm telling you, if you want some quality men's shirts, you need to go to Unclaimed Baggage. This one was $7. because it was a more common manufacturer. This one is by H&M. It's a lovely pink, lovely pink. And I think this is, yeah, this is a real common one too. And this one was $8. Much cheaper than quilt store fabrics. And I went ahead and got several so I could have enough to do this quilt. There's still one other color I need to do this quilt. I will have excess from this quilt of these fabrics that I can use in others. And this is the one I'm targeting because I've been looking for solids to do my quilted shoe sits. Excuse the crinkle, just 1 minute. The quilted shoe sits patterns generally look like they all have solid fabrics. So, and I don't have a lot of those. So that's another reason I went ahead and grabbed the shirts while I was there. So I don't have to make multiple trips to go and find shirts. I'd rather spend my time in the studio than out shopping. You can see how different this would look if it had a pattern on the fabrics, right? I like the solids and I like these muted tones. And so this, and I got another one that's kind of similar like that. I need some solids for a certain series of colors. So this pink and this blue-gray and this tealy green would be great to go in that, along with the blue and the white. I want to show you. Now, doesn't that just look like an Easter egg basket? You got your white, your blue, your peach, your pink, and your silver and your green. It's beautiful. All right. These are the colors I've selected for the Moda Blockheads. You got 3 florals in 3 different shades of blue. You see this kind of a taupey color that's going on back here? I need a fabric in that color. That just makes my heart sing. Now we need to figure out what that looks like in a pattern and which one we're going to do first. Are we going to go in order of how the Moda Blockheads were released? Week 1, week 2, week 3, we probably should. All right, this is Blockhead Group 2, week 3. That's one we should have done last week if we were keeping up with everybody. All right, that's pretty. This is Block 2. I kind of want to do that one, but we're going to go in order. I think I need to go in order so I know when I'm caught up. This better be, yes, this is, and this one is Block 1. See that? These are all free, which is fabulous too, right? So Block 1 was done by Sherry McConnell of A Quilting Life, and I'm going to need a lot of squares, so I better get to cutting. All of these, I believe, are going to have choices of 6-inch finished blocks or 12-inch finished blocks. I think I want to start with a 12-inch block. I just want to put something on the design board that's of substance. We'll see. And then I'll pick my favorite ones to do 6-inch blocks, or do I do a 6-inch block for each of them? I don't know. We'll see. But I will need fabrics A through I in order to do this quilt. That's kind of interesting to me. They give you coloring blocks that you can color things out and see what you like before you start cutting into your fabric. So I might give some thought to that before I start cutting into these shirts. So I'm going to give some thought to where those fabrics are placed on here before I start cutting. Because if I don't know that I want all my A's to be the teal, then I don't know which one to cut, which one of my shirts to cut 8 2.5-inch squares from, right? Yeah, we got to give this some thought. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope you found this little excursion fun. We'll see you soon. I hope that you're spending some quality time in your studio. Take care. Bye-bye.